go! Now, the IS-4 has not really received a mega buff. Even Headphone Max agrees. The buff to the engine power is really nice, but the main buff has been this shell increase. A lot of the time in the IS-4, you would actually run out of shells before the game was over. At least if it didn't end in 3 minutes. And I won't lie, this video is kind of just an excuse to play the IS-4. If we sort by tech tree tier 10 heavy tanks, you'll see that the IS-4 is not played loads in comparison to other vehicles. And it does have a minus 1.19% win rate difference. In fact, the only tank that has a positive one is the Type 5 Heavy. I wonder why. And even if we sort by DPG, you'll see that the IS-4 is basically smack bang in the middle. The same thing goes for Marks of Excellence, roughly in the middle of all the tier 10 heavies. So for our first game in the standard loadout, we are on Fjords. We are going to go down to the heavy corner because, well, it's not really worth going anywhere else. Now we are running HP, Turbo and Rammer, and we do have a 50-50 loadout with small medkit, small repair kit and food, not in that order. As always with these videos, I run through 3 different loadouts so you can see how the tank performs at the absolute best, the absolute worst, and the in-between, which is this. Okay, so we're approaching the corner. We don't want to be down here because we don't really have the gun depression, but we can just side scrape on this. And it's really, really nice actually to have 20, 18 and 2 for the loadout. Hello, other IS-4. You're also trying to side scrape. Wonderful. We are going to go into heat for this. Don't quite have the angle for that though. That is a Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer not a nice tank I want to see, if I'm honest. I want to try and bait this guy into shooting. Can I even hit this? Not reliably. What did he pen? Well, he actually hit the lower plate. Okay. Well, unfortunately, what I need to happen is the event to happen. But we're not on a random event map. So, pretty nice. I mean, I don't really know what to do now, if I'm honest. I might go to the mid, because this is boring. No one's going to do anything. They're just going to sit there for eternity. There is an FV, a Griller, and an STRV, which could be at the very back with the TD area, but maybe not. Are there any friends around here? Anyone? Do I actually spot this now if they start shooting from there? Because of all the trees falling. Not the trees falling, but they've reduced a lot of the trees. We do kind of need to be careful here. I think it's better to just go down and then in, rather than trying to wait to see if any TDs decide to shoot me. Gun elevation and letting me down a little bit. But if these come back, like the Jagdpanzer and the IS-4, then we can just push through. So the Badger and friends will be able to do and deal with that. And we just angle a little bit. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm saying we angle a little bit, but it's not really working, is it? From this kind of angle, we don't actually need heat to reliably pen the IS-7, because he's presenting his rear. Can I hit anybody over this way? We can keep the CS spotted as well, which is nice. Yep. Okay, Mr. Jagdpanzer. I mean, I don't know why our Badger and friends aren't pushing this then. Because this guy's looking at me, and the IS-4 is on his own, defending this entire flank. So really, the Badger and the IS-7 should just push this. I don't know if I can go anywhere else. Right, that should be cleared now. So do you know what? We're just going to push this. There's the Manti. This should be fine to push, because the Griller and everyone else is at the very back. Yeah, look, there they are. And then we should also get some spotting. So the SDRV might be to my right, but the FV and friends should be further up here and not able to take a shot at me. Tell you what, we go into HE so that we can shoot the Manti when he peeks. Now, we don't want to push too far up because the Griller is just sitting here. But what we should be able to do is peek up here. I don't think the Griller can actually... He should struggle to pen. Should. We'll keep the HE loaded for now because the Griller is a squishy target and also the Manticore will be a squishy target. There we go. We hit the gun anyway. Alright. Honestly, for the first game, I'll take this, because Fjords is a horrible map. Even after the changes, I think the changes have just made this map even worse somehow. Well, the good old 985 pen rate, that's pretty good. Apply. Hopefully onto a better map. Well, this is definitely a better map than the previous one, and we are using the Peasant Loadout. I honestly think that the Fjords changes have just made it so that light tanks are just even worse now, somehow. Like, Fjords was not a super great map for light tanks, but now it just feels like they really don't have many places to go at all. And the heavy situation is still very stale and stagnant. Okay, here's what we're going to plan on doing. We go into this, because it's a nice little aggressive position, and a little cubbyhole area over here. And then we should be able to just play against Mr. E4. If we aim at the rear, and it hits the rear, we should pen, but that requires hitting. And we should be able to just angle like this. We shouldn't have too many issues here. Yeah. Hello. Can I shoot this, actually? I can, if he goes forwards again. Are you going to go forwards? No, is the answer. He's just still reversing and... Okay. I mean, whenever you're just playing with AP, though, you just need to be a little bit more careful. I don't think I can pen this guy reliably. I can if he's over-angling a little bit like that, though. But now, I should... If he starts bouncing like that, and he tips his tank up, you can overmatch the side skirts or underneath it. Just like that. I bet he's so confused. Bloody tank doesn't have any armor! Oh no. Oh, wait, hang on. He'll be very angry if I hit this. Like, I think keyboard, mouse, out the window type of ordeal. I mean, I just need my gun to hit now. We've blocked a lot more damage in this game, though. Oh, hello. I wanted to see if I could hit the side. I can't. I didn't know whether or not it was at a weird angle. Okay, I mean, that's kind of just asking for it, though. Could I be annoying and try and shoot these tanks over here? I think I can. Because this is going to have to come around to try and deal with me, or this guy comes around. And either way, I think this is a positive for my team. So we're just allowed to free farm this now. Bat, will I get a shot off? Yes, it wasn't very well aimed, but we get it off anyway. And now we can just farm this E4. Very nice. Conserving our hit points as well. I mean, we don't really need to, but it's always nice to do so. Obviously side scraping to help us out as much as we can. That's actually an easier shot than his lower plate. And now I wonder if this Minotauro knows about this. It's not going to matter. Okay, thank you so much, server. You're really, really good. But I mean, that's just IS-4 things. When you get on a map where you can actually farm, it's great. The FV is still over here. FV friend. Friend? He's probably right. Oh. I'm pretty certain that just went in between his turret and his hull. Well, a much better game, 4.7k with 2.8k blocked. Apply. As always, before we go into the trial setup, we need to run through the field mods. For the first one, we don't use anything because we are using hardening, and we can't take the right-hand side because the terrain distances are too bad. We then go for the left-hand side, then the right again, and then for the last one, the left-hand side. This last one is probably the most important one because you do get internal module durability increase. And it just kind of sucks that it's right at the very end of the field mods. Okay, so here we are on Muravanka, and we are using the full tryhard setup, the one that you would probably expect to use if you were trying to free mark the vehicle. I mean, so far we've had bad game, then good game, and now maybe good game again? The Jagdpanzer Z100s, so that's only the real... Okay, I'm just getting pushed into the ground by the can opener. That's pretty cool. I was going to say, the Jagdpanzer E100 is the only one that's really like a big threat, right? That would take off a massive amount of my hit points in one go. So it's not like they have FVs on the enemy team, which is nice. There is G-Saw though. Very scary tank. Do you know what? We might actually be able to push this in a second. In fact, we should be able to push this. We have people in the middle. Now, yes, there's a Taschenratter here. I don't know what he's doing. But we should be able to move. And... Borken is also here. What on earth is going on here? Right, we should be able to deal with this. If this guy peeks, he should take a load of damage because all of our team is behind us. So I should be able to start dealing with the rat. I mean, that's the plan. Whether or not it works like that is completely different. So far, so good. I have no idea why you go here in your Taschenratter, but welcome. I'm actually angled down a little bit, which is not good. And he knocks out my driver after I've just repaired it. That should have really penned. I think he hit the... Wait, I didn't med it. Did I not med it? Did I already have it on cooldown then? Right, the rat should now just evaporate from that position. And we can now move back onto the M5Y and the BZ75. G-Saw tank as well. And my driver is dead again. Can he stop? I kind of need the driver. Are you really still peeking this? That is quite impressive that he wants to keep peeking. Thing is, the M5Y is only really, really powerful if it's hull down. If you can get it out in the open and you can see its hull, it's really not that big of a threat. However, artillery stunning you is quite a big threat. Alright, give me that back. I want my driver back. Can we put one into this? No. The G-Saw tank does kind of need to die the next time he peeks, though. We have enough people over there waiting. There we go. Hello, Mr. BZ. G-Saw tank should not be allowed to peek this. Not this often. Also, the Leo 120 behind them. It's actually a little bit awkward to play this area because of the fact that I'm slightly up and I don't have the gun depression fully. Is the Leo 120 still around here? I don't really want to push this because we are pushing into a Leo 120 and then everything else that is behind it. If the G-Saw was gone, then maybe. Like maybe we could then just push into the BZ75, but this is not really pushable. So we should actually just turn around and just focus this. I mean, I'm not too sure what the plan was from this guy. He's now ammo-racked as well, so his reload time is going to be quite bad. Probably around about, what, 8 seconds or something? Get rid of that. Now we just try and deal with this. Okay, I mean, sure. However, our team is, well, not really here, if we're honest. I would like to try and run away, but I don't even think I can do that. You know what? We might as well try it. It's my only real chance that I survive this game. I have to try and get out of that dip and back onto our side of the map. And then I think what we need to do is run all the way back over there somehow without taking too much damage. Or we just play on this corner bit. Because as long as we have some people here, we should be okay. I'm going to intuition back into AP now for the Borken and anything else that's over here. Do we have any shots on these? We might not. I'm never going to spot this, am I? Well, it's probably better to just go back into there, but I don't think this is going to make any difference. We're 9,500 health difference. I don't even think the gorilla spots anything either, which is the worst part. Yeah, STRV is over here. I can't do anything about that. You know, sometimes your team is just worse, and there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, maybe I can just side scrape on this corner just to get info about this. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, even with that minus 1,000 health, we're still 9,200 difference. Oh, and it goes into the ground, of course. The Borken's just going to peek over and kill me now. I mean... okay. I mean, they are throwing literally everything at it, so... but we are not winning. No. I mean, we've done 5.5. We had a good enough game. We've got 1,000 extra assistance as well, so... I mean, I don't even think that moving back into the corner bit would have done anything, because I don't have the gun depression to play there either. I mean, the next best person on my team done 2,000 damage. So, and as much as I would have loved to shown you just, you know, 6k games back to back to back, the reality is that this is the IS-4. It's really, really good, but kind of map dependent as well. The main buff to the vehicle has been the shells. The engine power is nice, but it's not like changed the vehicle dramatically. It's not suddenly an EBR after being an IS-4 all its life. But as you would have seen, the armor on this thing is really forgiving. The first game didn't really show that, but the other two did. And even against heat rounds of 330 and 340, you can still get bounces in this thing. And even though, as I said, the games weren't fantastic, this showed you the potential the IS-4 has. It can go hold down, but it can also sit out in the open and soak up all the damage. All that you have to do is really angle a little bit in this thing, and they're probably not going to pen unless they hit the lower plate. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.